New 5-minute power. New 5-minute best power. Yes. 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 Ah, yes. Ant shouldn't be too far behind me. He's trying to do his own personal best up this climb, which is Laverack Road, or if you're Welsh, Laverack Road, or Hill Laverack. I hope the audio's okay with this. And yeah, Hans is trying to beat his best time, which is like, I don't know, tempted to say like 5.5 minutes. Mine's 4.5, but I think I've beaten that by like 15 seconds. So he won't be too long now, because so what you just saw was an expression of pure joy. I went out this morning and I thought, do you know what, something I haven't actually tested in a long time is my 5-minute power. Like, I did it not this time last year, but like the end of September last year, because I was starting to prepare for the hill climb season in the UK, that really focused on the really short efforts. And I did it on a really steep climb, and I did 442 watts, I think it was. So today I messaged Anthony. I said, look, I want to do like a peak power effort. Like, I really want to try just to see where I'm at for this effort, because although I'm doing lots of intervals and lots of training at, you know, zone 5, and you're always doing like, you know, 3 times 5 minutes or 5 times 5 minute efforts, you never really get a chance to, like, you know, just go all out on one effort. So today that's what we did, and came up with a new best 5-minute power of all time, like like at least the last 7 years of, you know, training with a power meter. And 448 watts was the final product, and I'm just going to do a quick calculation to see what that comes up to in watts per kilo. 59 kilos, so steep climbs are obviously, I think, somewhat easier to do it on, because the climb allows you to get the most out of yourself, especially if the climb is a little bit longer than 5 minutes. You don't end up kind of spilling over, going over the top. I set off pretty hard doing the first minute at like over 500, but again, for these efforts you've just got to go as hard as you can and just hold on, basically. So there was lots of pitches and different changes in gradient in this climb, and I was mainly out of the saddle. Sat down for a bit of it, but then as soon as you see the power drop, you like get out the saddle and like start ragging it again. But that's like part 1 of today. Part 2 is going to be a 10-mile time trial tonight, which I want to do a different, I don't want to pace it. I'm like in the position at the minute where I feel like I can blow my 20-minute best power out of the water, but I don't know. I don't want to pace it tonight. I don't want to be conservative. I'd rather go really hard, because tonight it's on like a hillier course. So there's at least 2 descents of around about a minute each that you can't really press on, because they're a little bit technical as well. So I'm gonna go really hard for the first 12 minutes, steady for the next 3, recover on the 2 descents that come maybe 3 minutes after one another, and then flat out for the last 4 or 5 minutes to the line. Down the national closed road track circuit, whatever you want to call it. But last night I did the 10-mile time trial over on the Goa. It was possibly the best day, not even evening ride, but like the best day I've ever had on a bike in terms of power numbers. Like, I couldn't believe how I don't know, like responsive my body felt, how low my heart rate was, like how controlled it was. Everything just felt like effortless. And like I've had a number of messages from a lot of you already, and I really appreciate it, on Strava and things, about, you know, oh, the numbers you're doing, you know, you should be like, how come you're not winning the Tour de France? And really funny, but it's like I know, like you don't have to tell me, but I know that big power doesn't always win your bike races, and big power isn't just the full story. And a great example of that actually happened in the Tour de France yesterday, where Alaphilippe got dropped on the climb because of his lack of power maybe, but then got back on the descent. But all things, you know, being considered and said, it doesn't matter if those numbers are capable of being reproduced in a race, because the numbers themselves were just incredible. Like I've never ever incredible for myself, you know. I'm not like comparing to anybody, I'm just saying, like, I've never done anything like it before in my life, and to be able to prove it by showing you is like another story. But like the fact that I was able to do 300, like my average was 383, but I got held up by cars and whatnot, so my normalized was a little bit higher, in fact a lot higher. It was 392 for 22.5 minutes. I beat my own course record, which I'd set this time last year on a time trial bike with an aero helmet. I actually wore my Lima road aero helmet last night, so I didn't wear an aero helmet. Oh, rabbit. Oh, hill. Plus I had a disc wheel that day as well, so all these little things add up. But I managed to beat that time. It was a good night, but I beat that time by 33 seconds on a road bike. So I did a 22.25 on a hilly 10, and I cannot be more pleased with that. Again, not bragging, because I know, like I know in the grand scheme of things it may mean nothing at all, but I'm very like intrinsically driven. Like I don't get hyped when people hype me. I don't do all that stuff. Like what I do is like I get inside my own head and I'm like this is my own personal achievement, you know what I mean? So for me, like that just ticks boxes, you know? Like I'm so close to 400 watts for 20 minutes. I'll be able to do 400 watts, I hope, going by the certain trend that I have over the last few years. I hope to be doing 400 watts for 20 minutes at 60 kilos. That's the plan. So if you want to stick around till then, I'd really appreciate it. By the way, I hope you're having a really good summer so far. It's like the UK is sweltering. So today's ride is total 90 minutes. Follows on straight from last night's time trial. So I got home at around about 9 PM last night. It's 8:33 AM now. So last night I didn't have a lot to eat when I got back from the time trial, because it was so late. But then this morning, like the idea now, because I'm trying to maintain weight, I'm not trying to like drop any more weight or anything, especially after, you know, yesterday's power numbers. The idea is to like just tick over to maintain kind of calories. By the way, like if you're interested, if you guys use Training Peaks, if you're interested in what my fitness numbers are right now and all the rest of it, I'm gonna put it on the screen. But I know my fitness hasn't gone over like the 100 and, I think the highest it's been this year is like 105, which is like way below what it's been in the last like 2-3 years. Well, in fact I think it's the lowest it's ever been during the season. But the last 2 years it's been upwards of like 125, 130, and obviously I did a lot more stage races last year, so that would probably bump it up to keep like the average, or at least even if I dip down after stage races, it would still be pretty high. But I'm maintaining now like a constant kind of fitness level. I'm not trying to go up too high, I'm not trying to like lose fitness, so it's about maintenance, and maintenance as well with my weight and with my calorie intake, my daily nutrition. Now, if you want to avoid this, you want to skip this, and I appreciate it's like it could be boring, some people don't want to hear about what I eat and stuff, then end the video now, and I will see you in the next one. I'm racing this weekend down in Eastbourne at the South Coast Classic. I'm hoping to ride at Box Hill Saturday, which is tomorrow, but this video is going up tonight, so yeah, it'll still be tomorrow. But for those of you that want to hear the nutrition, this is it. So this morning, to maintain like some kind of balance, I can't, if I have carbohydrate this morning, I won't have the capabilities of having it later on. So what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, if I'm clever enough with it, I can have, this morning, like I did have, I had 25 grams of whey protein, and 40 grams of nuts. So protein and fats, tiny little bit of carbohydrate from the nuts, but protein and fats. The same goes for, I've not eaten anything, I'm just, just drinking water on the ride this morning. So the same goes for when I get back, which will be about 9:15. I'm going to have an omelette. I'm going to have 3 eggs and 1 egg white. It depends what day it is, like I'll have 2 eggs and 2 egg whites. And the reason for that is the egg whites obviously have less calories. You're not getting the fat from the yolk. So it allows you to play and manipulate with things. Now, I know a lot of people don't get this maybe, but I'm going to explain it anyway because it's part of what I do. So at the end of the day, for example, if I'm craving like chocolate, alright, so I want like 2 squares of chocolate or something to finish my day, and I'm like, I can't have it. It doesn't fit in with like my daily macronutrient, my daily calories. What am I going to do? Well, I won't have it. But if I had 4 whole eggs in this omelette later, then I can't have that chocolate later because of the fat in it. Now, if I just had 2 whole eggs and 2 egg whites, then I'm saving around about 6 grams of fat, maybe, if that, which is nothing really in the grand scheme of things, but it allows me to have that 2 pieces of chocolate in the evening. So you can see how it can create this balance and healthy, this healthy kind of eating habit, because I'm not necessarily limiting myself. The same goes for like biscuits. This might sound crazy, and Keith, I know you're watching because you love a biscuit. You'd join me for a biscuit any day. I'm sure we all love biscuits as well, but the thing is, like, you can still have 4 biscuits, with your cup of tea in the afternoon. But do they fit in? So can they fit in? And so long as you're smart and you like kind of schedule things around it, then yes, they can, and you can still lose weight, or you can still maintain your current shape or whatever. It can still be part of a healthy eating routine and a performance-based diet. Right, that's enough of the geeky stuff now. I'm just going to head home. Thank you very much for watching. See you on Box Hill, hopefully. Goodbye.